Welcome to Tank Radio, and today we're going to be taking another look at the MMDVM board. Man, that is a mouthful to say. We're going to be looking at reconfiguring the board for the first time, or configuring the board for the first time, because I lost the audio when I did that the first time. So play that awesome intro video. This is KG5AHJ. You have reached Tank Radio.
We know who you are. We called you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. How can I help you?
That's what we thought. On the MMDVM video, you missed 2/3 on configuring the board for DRM.
Yes. I do apologize. Plus I did, a 3-minute wrap up on explaining what happened to the audio levels, and also explaining what I did to get the DMR Pi-Star working.
If we were satisfied with that, do you think we'll be having this conversation right now?
Yes.
Incorrect. We want you to show us how to configure the Pi-Star for DMR. Do it! Do it now!
Okay, I'll go now. Ow. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. What I have done so far is reflash the SD card on the Pi board, and what we're going to do is reconfigure it to get it running on DMR. The page already has redirected me to the login. The default login is Pi-Star and Raspberry. So what we're going to do is make sure it is the MMDV host. We're going to do simplex node. In the next general configurations, you get the name, what the Pi-Star name's going to be. I'm just going to keep it Pi-Star. It's going to be the only one right now on the network. And we're going to put my call sign in. That is Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet. And this is the frequency that you're going to use for the simplex. Lat and long is for the GPS, and I'll find that out in a second once we look up our grid square. Town and locator. Oh look, it's still renumbered from last time. Thank you, Google. Same thing with the lat and long. I still want to do it anyways. We're going to look up what grid square I'm in. So I'm just going to Google grid square and radio. Look up. Just put in your zip code. And boom. There is my grid square, along with my lat and long. Let's double check that. That's Echo Mike 12 Kilo Tango. Yep. Country USA. I'm going to make it public. APRS node, I don't need that. And let's go ahead and see if I can find my time zone. There we go. America, Chicago. And we are dashboard language, English, US. Apply changes. Applying changes takes 20 seconds, so during these parts I'm going to fast forward. So play that fast forward music. Alright, that warning was just telling us the modem was not set up right. That was the error that took me a long time to get through on the first video, which you did not see because of someone forgot to record the audio right. So let's continue on. Let's go ahead real fast and go back to the dashboard. These are the modes that my current board does support, and right now they're all grayed out because they're not configured right. Same thing with the network status and radio information. So as we go ahead and tell it to be configured for a DMR, you'll see that light change to green, saying that it's configured correctly. So let's go ahead and start that. Let's go back to configuration. Same warning, select your modem from the configuration string. We'll do that in a second. We're going to run a DMR mode. I do not have a display, obviously. All that is, I believe I left alright. So in order to get the DMR settings, we're going to have to apply changes and wait for the reset. Alright. Okay, so let's go ahead and start configuring the DMR. We're going to need to select what brand Meister server we're going to use. And this took a while the first time because all this is not in alphabetical order. There we go. I just chose 2 just because. I don't believe there's any security on it. We're going to use color code 1, and I think we're going to leave that to none. I think that's alright. And GPS, we're not going to use that. We're not going to use the firewall. I'm not going to use wireless. Where did I miss the modem? It's here somewhere. Maybe it'll pop up if I do apply again. So let's go ahead and apply those settings. Let's see if we can find those settings. Modem. There we go. I do have a Pi Nano board, and that was the other thing that was taking me a long time on the last video. I kept selecting the regular for Pi, and I have a Pi Nano. Go fix, right? And apply changes one more time, and then we're going to check our settings. Alright, let's go back to the dashboard. We have DMR enabled. DMR network status looks good. Oh, I do not have my DMR ID. Let me go find that real fast. While I got to do a configure one more time on that, I'm also going to change the password. I remember someone or reading somewhere that anytime you change an individual section, you will have to click apply on that section. So since I just changed the password, the changes in the configuration section were not applied. Oh well, things that they can improve on. Okay, so here we'll see that we're still green on DMR and DMR network status. Down in the DMR Brandmeister section, when it successfully connects, you will see words and letters down here. So it's showing me Brandmeister United States da 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 da. So it's showing that we do have a successful connection to them. And now I just need to program the radio to my frequency. So cue up that fast forward montage song. Alright, one thing to remember, on at least this configuration, it's time slot 2 and color code 1. I made sure that was set correctly, so let's go ahead and, last part, I need to tell it what talk group. So I'm going to go ahead and list the talk groups and find Texas, North Texas statewide. It's down by the bottom. Let's give it a shot. This is KG5AHJ on North Texas statewide, or just North Texas wide. Can I get a quick radio check? So I did hit the gateway. I'm showing active and local activity here. And the orange here is showing that it's actively listening. Let's go ahead and maybe switch to Texas statewide. See if we can get a comeback there. This is KG5AHJ on Texas statewide. Can I get a quick radio check for a Pi Star build? I don't see anyone trying to come back. Let's try again. This is KG5AH, that's Kilo Golf 5 Alpha Hotel Juliet on Texas statewide. Can I get a radio check for a new Pi Star? Just testing it out here.
5CA. Sounding real good, nice and clear, coming through strong with that new Pi Star. Sounds like you got it set up just right. It's K5ZDA.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the return, and I hear you loud and clear also on my end. I appreciate that. This is KG5AHJ, and I'll be clear. Alright, you see as the other gentleman was talking, we see the activity on the gateway. So that's pretty cool. Well, alright. That is pretty much what I missed in that 40 minutes I wasted on trying to get the Pi Star configured the first time. Again, my issue was that I did not have the right modem type selected in this giant list. On my board, it didn't really tell me that it was anything nano related, so I assumed it was just the Pi version, but it was a nano. I just found that by trial and error. I couldn't find anything online to help. Well, alright, I'll throw it back to the computer for the wrap up.
Well, we got it configured, but we didn't make a contact. I couldn't help that. But we have audio this time, and that's what matters. If you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button down below, and I'll see you next time at 7-3.
I broke the cigar.